Hello everybody, Cookie here again with another amazing video of a deck profile for this time Magic the Gathering. This is my Stuffy doll deck. It is freaking terrifying to play against, but I can only play it against each person like maybe once or twice, because every person I've ever played with this deck, after one or two games of it, they will go home and build an entire new deck just to counter this deck, and they usually succeed. But anyways, let's get right into this one. Alright. This is old deck box. This is Nicole Bolas. It's old. I used to have these little like string dolls that I had hanging off here. But it got a little bulky and got hard to move around. So anyways, we'll start right off with the instant cards in this deck. There we go. We'll split this in half. So anyways, we have Eerie Interlude. Let's see if we can get better light. Exile any number of target creatures you control. Return those cards to the battlefield under their owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So this is a really good card in my deck if I ever use it. So it's a 3-drop, 2 colorless and 1 plains or white. So anyways, let's see if this is focusing. Let's see. There we go. There we go. I just got a new phone. So maybe my last video was a little fuzzy too. My other one fully pixelated and was dead. So, new phone, new videos. Let's do this. So anyways, I can exile my creatures. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. Anyways, so Crushing Pain. It's 2-drop, 1 colorless, 1 red. Crushing Pain deals 6 damage to the target creature that was dealt damage this turn. So this deck is called Self-Burn. And I'll tell you why in a second. Seething Song, I run 4 of these, so it's a 3-drop to add 5 red mana to my mana pool. So, 4 of those. Turn 3, I can get some pretty nasty stuff out. 2 Lightning Bolts. For 1, they do 3 damage to target creature or player. For me, in this deck, I prefer Flame Slash. I run 4 of these. For 1, it does 4 damage to target creature. And again, I'll show you why. This deck is full of combos and everything. For 5, for Shivan Meteor. Shivan Meteor deals 13 damage to target creature. Suspend for 2. So for 2 turns, I can suspend it for 3 mana. So I can pay the 3, put it off to the side. Pretty much I think I exile it. I don't remember. Rather than play this card from your hand, you may pay 3 and remove it from so pretty much exiling it. Put it off to the side. After 2 turns, it comes in. Boom. Hits for 13 damage. It's terrifying. So I run 2 of those. And one of my absolute favorite cards in the world that I love is broken as heck, but it is expensive. So it costs 9 mana, 6 colors and 3 reds. Exile all permanents. Exile all cards from all hands and graveyards, and each player's life total becomes 1. So it is literally an insane card. So if you want to just say screw it all, say like everything's gonna go. Everything's just gonna go away. So that's where this card comes in. Exile any number of target creatures I control. So what I do is I drop this, play this, exile everything at the end of the turn. Boom, or actually beginning of my next end step. Yeah, so end of turn, all my creatures come back, and boom, ready to go. I only run 1 of those, just because it costs a lot. Volcano Hellion for 4. Volcano Hellion has Echo X, where X is my life total. So, Echo is where, at the beginning of your turn, you have to pay upkeep, pretty much. Or you have to sacrifice it. So, if my life total is 20, I have to pay 20 to keep it in play. So anyways, when Volcano Hellion comes into play, it deals an amount of damage of my choice to target creature and to me. This damage cannot be prevented. So I run 2. I should have. Oh, that's a creature. That goes over here. Sorry, I skipped ahead. I'll get to that in a second again. Leyline of Punishment. If Leyline is in my opening hand, it begins the game on the battlefield. Players cannot gain life, and damage cannot be prevented. So, Pretty scary for this deck. Fatal Attraction. When enchant creature, when Fatal Attraction comes into play, it deals 2 damage automatically to that creature. And every turn, at the beginning of the upkeep, it deals an additional 4 damage. Black Vice, for 1. If an opponent has more than 4 cards in hand during his or her upkeep, Black Vice deals 1 damage to opponent for each card excess of 4. So as if this goes out turn 1 and then their turn, and they have 7 cards in their hand, they take 3 damage right off the bat. For I run 4 of these just because of what it does. For 3, redirect it to enchanted creature, all damage dealt to me. All damage that would be dealt to you is instead dealt to enchanted creature. So, this is part of a combo. And this is another combo. Guilty Conscious. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage, Guilty Conscious deals that much damage to enchanted creature. I don't know if you're catching my drift so far, guys, but stay with me because this is exciting. I love Magic. I could go on and on about this. So anyways, here's those 3. I have 3 Volcano Hellions right here. I already talked about those. That's another combo piece. Restoration Specialist for 2, and tap 1. Sacrifice this card. Return up to target 1 target artifact card and up to 1 target enchantment card from my graveyard to my hand. So that can bring back some real good cards for me. Boros Reckoner for 3. When Boros Reckoner is dealt damage, it deals that much damage to target creature or player. So every time he is dealt damage, either from being attacked or being dealt damage by a spell, it is automatically dealt to my opponent. So, pretty cool. So, and then Stuffy Doll, the main staple of this deck. And literally everything I can do with this deck is based around Stuffy Doll. I love this. Pretty much freaking voodoo dolls. They look creepy, they're scary, they are terrifying. They cost 5. As Stuffy Doll comes into play, choose a player. So, drop this card, play it. I choose Tim over here. And he's now the chosen player. And every time he is dealt damage, just like Boros Reckoner, it is redirected to that player. And Stuffy Doll is indestructible, so it cannot be destroyed by damage. It can be killed by negative counters and exiling. Or being countered, which I hate, blue decks. So, there we go, it's 0/1 creature. So, it may seem weak and just sitting there like, oh, no big deal, they swing with a 5/5 a day, take 5 damage. And I still have a creature on the field. And I have 4 of those. Woo, terrifying. So, I'll get into the combos in a second. Let me get through the rest of these. I have 1 Planeswalker in here, Chandra the Firebrand, which is my absolute favorite Planeswalker of Chandra. Chandra the Firebrand deals 1 damage to target creature or player. So, boom, hit, Stuffy Doll for 1, they take 1 damage. It doesn't matter either way, I can deal them 1 damage, but it's funner to do to Stuffy Doll. So, -2, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for that copy. So, I cast, let's say, Shiv Meteor, 13 damage. I copy and do it again. Another 13 damage, that's 26 damage, that's game over. -6, Sandra deals 6 damage to each and up to 6 target creatures and or players. So let's say I have 2 Stuffy Dolls on the field. 6, 6, I take 6, my opponent takes 6, and their creatures take 6. So, that's a lot of damage I just dealt to them. 6, 18, wait, hold on. 6 to 12, 24 damage straight off the bat that I can do to one person if I had 2 Stuffy Dolls out. So, Chandra's really good. I love her. Let's get to the lands. I run tons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I run 11 mountains. They are all full arts because I love the full art cards. They look beautiful. So then I believe I run 11 planes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess I run 10 planes. So 10 planes, all full art as well. 4 Buried Ruins. Pay 2, sacrifice Buried Ruin, and return target artifact to my hand. Target artifact I would choose if it was to be destroyed. So just in case. So anyways, let's get into some combos. Let's get stuff out of the way and I'll do the comboing. So let's move these out. I'll just need one of these, one of those, one of these. Da 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 da. Cards going everywhere. Let's see, one of those. Alright, so what makes this deck so freaking terrifying? Stuffy dolls on the field. Only way I can get him out by turn 3 is playing Seething Song. Drop 3, pay 5, Stuffy dolls out on the field now. Next turn, I can play a Pariah. Just straight up protect myself. Because all damage that would be dealt to me is instead directed to enchanted creature. And so I enchant him. And everything that is dealt to Stuffy doll is now dealt to Tim over here. So Tim now takes the brute of his attack. So he attacks, I take the damage. He takes the damage instead. So that is one combo that is amazing. So with that, if I want, I can play Volcano Hellion. This is a broken combo. So next turn I pay 4 to play this Volcano Hellion. Volcano has Echo X. I don't really care about that. This is now pretty much a sorcery for me that I'm going to do. So because I use it only for its bottom ability. When Volcano Hellion comes into play, it deals an amount of damage of my choice. To me and target creature. This damage cannot be prevented. Let's say I want to deal 500 damage. Stuffy doll takes 500 damage. I take 500 damage. Stuffy doll takes a total of 1,000 damage. Tim takes 1,000 points of damage instead. I would say I take 1 million damage. Stuffy doll takes 1 million. That's 2 million. 2 million is dealt to Tim. Game over. And it is amazing because this cannot be prevented. And just in case that is not enough, I have Leyline up there. The damage cannot be prevented still. It's broken. It just absolutely is. If an even better one that I like that's even cheaper combo. Let's take those off. Guilty Conscious. This is an instant KO. Automatically game over. It cannot be stopped unless someone does something. So anyways, whenever enchanted creature deals damage, Guilty Conscious deals that much damage to enchanted creature. We enchant Stuffy doll. We tap Stuffy doll to do 1 damage to itself, because that's its bottom ability. I forgot to read that earlier, I'm sorry. But anyways, 1 damage to itself. That is 1 damage to Tim. 1 damage dealt to Stuffy doll. Back to Tim. And reversed. And it keeps going. It's an infinite combo. Automatic win. There's no stopping this combo. I shouldn't say there isn't, but there always is, because blue decks are blue decks and all that crap. But if this damage can't be prevented, so it's pretty good. And before you say anything, prevention does not mean it cannot be redirected. It can be redirected, because it's not being stopped. It's just being put somewhere else. So anyways, that is my terrifyingly awesome, loving my deck, Stuffy doll. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. This is mainly for my Magic fans out there in the world. Thank you for watching, and peace out.